Hello, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the Simply Together show. As usual, we've got two fabulous guests coming on, and my co-host today is the gorgeous Justa.
I've been called worse. Thank you, Cecile. It was lovely. I'll take that.
Are you okay, Justa?
Well, yes.
As okay as you can be.
Yes, I'm good. I am good. Simply Together show brings us a lot of joy, so I'm good.
Excellent. So we're just going to go straight in. So my first guest today is the gorgeous, they're gorgeous Angel Miller. So hello, my dear.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So Angel has got a bookshop in Luton Market. No Ordinary Bookshop, it's called. And I've been there a few times. They've got some great books in there. So we've got you on today to tell us a little bit about your books, your bookshop, and anything else that you might have coming up soon. So over to you, Angel.
Okay. Well, my name is Angel Miller, founder of No Ordinary Bookshop. I also have an online bookstore. But the bookstore was set up mainly because when my kids were little, I couldn't find books that represented them. And it was very, very difficult, very limited, hard to get, etc. But what happened is that the grandkids came along, and then I was getting the same story. So I thought, this is not something that can go on. And I'm sure I'm not the only grandmother who's having difficulty in getting these books for our children. So I decided to set up the online bookstore, giving our people a chance to find everything they need on one site, as opposed to guessing what books they need. They're actually there in age order, in subject order, and it's a very, very easy website to look at. So we do that. We've been running for maybe 7 years. I did have a store before in Wealdstone, but that was a few years ago. But at that time, I just think that because society has changed so much, the customers weren't forthcoming. And it was still difficult for me to get books because the publishers at that time, what they'd done, they mixed everything up. So you couldn't actually say to them, send me a book, send me a list of books for children of color. They didn't have it. It didn't exist. So they say you have to go through the list, or when they did have it, it wasn't what I wanted or what I believe I wanted with regards to the genres of the books.
Can I just ask you? So they did have books, but they
did have some books, yes.
Okay.
But it was not put in. It was not highlighted. It was in amongst everything else.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know what you wanted and you just wanted to see, they were unable to produce a list for me. Okay. Because they did not differentiate it. They just had them sprinkled all over the place. So in order for them to compile one complete list for me, they wouldn't do it.
Right.
So I found the way I kind of did it was to pick a sort of a title and see what came up. Then I'll have to see if that book was available at the publishers, distributors, and then it just, then after a while I started to get the books coming through, because by then they realized that, hold on, I'm always on their case. Have you got any books? Have you got any books? So that's how the website came about, and that's how it's beginning to grow, and it grows every day. Okay. But in order in order for me, my passion is for children to learn to read. That is the only thing that I'm here for. If I didn't do books, I'll be redundant. There'll be nothing left for me to do on God's green planet. So I'm more focused on encouraging children to read, especially boys.
Yeah.
And I still find it difficult to get books for boys which they can actually relate to. I still get them, but it's more of a chore. And it's only a chore because I can't find them. I have to fight for these books, as opposed to them coming to me freely like girls.
Okay.
So it's difficult that way. And because I got grandsons and sons, I'm more passionate in that area. The shop came about just after when we were just opening, closing, lockdown, unlockdown, lockdown. Then I decided I'm going to just try the shop because it's a community. So that's how the shop came about. And I opened it in April last year.
So wasn't you doing like pop-up shops or stalls to start with?
I was always doing pop-ups.
Yeah.
I was doing pop-ups. I was doing pop-up libraries. I was doing those were the things that I was doing, mainly the pop-ups and the libraries, whilst I had the website.
Yeah.
So the library just grew, and I used to have it in Harlesden. We used to do a pop-up library in Harlesden where children will come, look at the books, parents would sit down, have a coffee, have a tea while the children were reading, and then we would do story time. So that sort of took off in Harlesden. Then things happened, ended up here in Luton, and I'm trying to do the same thing now. So yeah.
Okay. So you opened up in the market last year. How's that been going for you?
It's okay. It's okay. A lot of people, they sort of say, "Oh, there's a bookshop here." You know, people like to know that it's available for when they're ready. Yeah. And so I am available for when the customers are ready. They are really encouraging me with the books. And it's not only people of color. There's also a really large community of people who have biracial children.
Yeah.
And they don't know where to get their books. So they are very encouraged because now they know they can get books which look like their children, which the mainstream at that time didn't really represent them either. So it was it's actually a big market. Yeah. So so it's growing in that sense.
I was in the hub that we had, that Simply had, just around the corner from where your shop is.
Yeah.
Before Christmas, and a young lady with her children, biracial children, was walking along, saw that we had some books. So she had a look at the books that we had, and I then said to her, if we're not here, because I knew we were closing, there's a bookshop just literally, and I showed her exactly where you was. And what she said was I can't find books that represent my children, biracial children.
That's right. That's right.
So the interest is there. It's definitely there.
Oh, definitely. You find a lot of it's mainly the mothers that come.
Yeah.
And they tend to be the mothers tend to be European. So they sort of come in and they see, and then you could see that there's a sense of relief. Thank God. They're thinking, now I can do something to educate my child, that she needs to know that she's acceptable or he's acceptable, and being represented in books visually as well as tangibly. So it's good.
And I think it's absolutely brilliant, because obviously I'm in my 50s and I'm biracial, and there was never anything
No.
when I was growing up. But also, I don't think my parents even thought about looking for something. They wouldn't have found it. They wouldn't have found it, but I don't think it even kind of entered their mind to even look for something. Whereas the fact that these mums are looking now, I think is really good.
Yeah. I think in our age, our parents' age, they were led to believe that they weren't. And I believe they just accepted the fact that this is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think in that sense, not saying that they were not interested or anything. I believe they just accepted it.
Yeah.
For what it was. And, I always say that our books at that time were actually hidden. I believe in my heart that they were hidden. But now they've been brought out. It's there. And it's encouraging so many young people I've noticed are really, really, there's books coming out every day.
Yes, there is.
Because this is something that everybody is on board with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really, really encouraging. Just makes it all worthwhile what we do.
So I've got a question before you talk about your pop-up library. The question's been asked: are the schools aware of your service?
Not Luton.
Okay.
I've had some teachers come in and they, wow, we didn't know you existed, etc., etc. I have approached schools through emails, etc., but schools can be non-responsive, and it always depends on who's taking the emails.
Yeah.
Unless they actually have a program, they don't see it as being needed. Change is drop by drop, and right now they're beginning to open, but it's just a matter of time. They will know because I'm still actively doing what I need to do. I'm still actively sending them emails. Very difficult to get through on the phone.
Yeah.
So it's a hard task.
I can imagine it is. I can imagine it is. So tell us about your event that you've got coming up. That sounds absolutely fabulous.
Oh, on the 5th. Yeah, this Saturday, we've got a pop-up library. And the library is full of books which represent people of color, represents the community, and it's there for the children to sit down and actually feel that they are part of the community. Because if you have a whole community where the child just looks at a book that never looks like them, stories are never about them, they're not heroes, they're not sheroes, they're not inspirational, they wouldn't have any interest. So my thing is to show them, look how many books are available to you, to the parents, and also to kind of get the children to blend together, make new friends, because then they're on the same page. They all love books, they all love stories. This is it's common ground for them to make really good relationships and with the parents, because they're all going through the same thing. Every parent wants their child to be empowered, to be encouraged, to be inspired. Every parent wants their child to learn, because that's where they're going to find out what's needed, through the books. So that's what we're here for. And it's a free event. So the parents don't even have to pay. It's a free event. So they can come and they will have a great time. And we've got authors coming to tell stories.
Oh, wow.
So we've also a few authors. I'll be reading stories. We've got a section where children are just, we've got the section where I did a reading series. So children from 2 can start looking and seeing these books that look like them, and they can start recognizing words. They will start learning to read. And there's books there for 2-year-olds to begin to learn to read. It's all about reading and information and empowering the community, one book at a time. That's my thing.
Angel, it just warms my heart, really. Literally just warms my heart. I am a reader. I always have been a reader. I like books. I have a Kindle, but I like books. I like to feel the book. I like to hold it.
Yes.
You know, so for children to then get involved, I just love that. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that is Saturday.
Yes.
Luton Market from
2 till 4, 2 o'clock.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll keep sharing that.
Yeah.
Over the next few days, trying to get that out there for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the next dates, we'll work on the next date because it's going to be every month.
Okay. So this is going to be every month you're going to be doing this.
Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So I think our next guest is here. So what we'll do is we'll move on to the next guest, but don't disappear. Angel, don't disappear. So, and we'll be sharing that with everybody out there, you know. So pop-up library people, Saturday, 2 till 4, Luton Indoor Market.
Yes.
Luton Indoor Market. So we'll keep sharing that. And then if we've got time, we'll get you back on.
Okay. All right, then I'll wait. All right.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hello, Justa. Over to you.
Wow, that was really interesting. I love that. When I was growing up, we needed more of that because it also reminded me when I was little, because obviously it was like not that long ago because I'm so young still. But like things have changed now with dolls and that as well. It's reminding me of dolls because my mum like struggled to get me like a black doll. She wanted just me to have a doll like her sort of thing. So she got me, and I didn't really like it. I'm not gonna lie here because no one else had a doll like it, and because it wasn't a normal doll, it was like a smaller one. It was like not like the other dolls sort of thing that were, you know, the norm. So, and books and stuff, it's just good knowledge for kids as well. Like, I think it's a great teaching tool because it's just not knowing and being a bit naive growing up. Some of these things are really important. So yeah, I love that. I appreciate that.
And I think just before you go, Stephanie Powell has said, talking and speaking is the first steps towards reading.
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And having that engagement with your kids is good.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Special times.
Have we got our next guest?
I don't believe we do at the moment. I know. Oh, we do. Hello. Timing.
Hello. Hi. I was trying to get my new. I've got new earpods. iPod. What are they called? AirPods. Can't get.
And Doogalies.
Haven't got a clue. It's way too technical. Opening things, putting them in your ears. But hi. Thank you for having me on.
Lovely to meet you. It's Amy, right?
Yes. I'm just going to move because I've got the sun in my eyes. So I'm just going to move just up a table. There we are. Hi. Yes, I'm Amy.
Hi, I'm just. I don't know if you met Cecile before. Do you know each other?
Yes, nice to meet you. I like your picture in the background as well.
Oh, thank you. Yes, as my cup says, and you'll hear me say, I do art in it. That's my motto. So as a fellow artist, I really can't wait to speak to you because I also heard that you're actually working on some art right now and you've just stopped for us especially.
I do art as well. Yes, that's my main thing. But I also run an art centre on George Street. So probably producing a lot less since I've had the venue. So that's our main focus for the next few months is to get the building activity running so that I can get back to doing what I'm meant to be doing and painting and doing my art because I do art. At the moment I do business, but I like to do art. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment is we're trying to really push the venue, get the studios being used. We had a lot of, obviously everything just fell apart. We were really established and then we had pandemic and then suddenly we're kind of back to phase one again, where we're trying to get people reintroduced to the building and the activities.
So whereabouts is the building? Where's the venue?
We are on George Street, and we are situated next to Barclays Bank, opposite NatWest Bank, above the old Age Concern, where Age Concern used to be, just on that kind of corner. But we're elevated.
Little Red Arts is what it's called, right?
Yeah. So we're elevated up, so we're not on the ground floor. So people kind of miss us sometimes. It's nice in a way because it makes us a bit exclusive. But it also can be quite a marketing nightmare when we're trying to get people in the building.
Yeah, I can imagine. And especially now with the world trying to get back to normal.
Yes, exactly. But we did have our first very, very, very overly successful event on Friday night. And again, we have to re-establish our terms of use and stuff, because we're a members club, predominantly a members club, and you need to be a member or have a ticket to get in. So there's so many people.
It's very exclusive.
Yeah, we turned away over 100 people on Friday night.
Wow.
Over 100, and some people were with artists who'd come to play, but they had no ticket, so you can't come in. Sorry.
No ticket, no entry.
That's it. If your name's not down as well, if they've got on a guest list, but it literally is, if your name's not down, you're not coming in. Sorry about that.
Now I know you. Can I get my name down?
Yeah. Have your names on the door as well.
So what type of art do you do then? What's your type of art?
Mostly street art, murals, portraits. It really does depend on what the commission is at the time. I do a lot of murals for schools, so corridors,
wow.
like the old huts that, the old temporary huts that they put up in the 70s.
Yeah, temporary huts that never disappeared.
Yeah, so now they're kind of really crusty. I get a lot of work to kind of revamp those. And yeah, corridors, a lot of corridors I've done for schools. Probably over about 7 miles of corridor in Luton has been painted by me. So I like to do that, but I also really love it. I'll show you a couple while I'm here, because I'm here. So this sort of things on large canvases I like to do as well.
Are they paintings?
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
A bit of Bob over there. So yeah,
wow.
They're really large. So trying to kind of now do smaller stuff that people can have in their homes. But yeah, I do like street art as well. So wherever there's a wall and I'm allowed to paint on it, then I'm out there. Oh yes, and I did do the Marsh Farm underpasses. Yes.
Oh. Wow. So yeah, what else is happening with Little Red Arts Centre that we need to know?
So we've got community art studios on the top floor, which is a big kind of open space where people can hire it for workshops. When it's not being used for workshops, it is just available for artists to pop in and kind of jam together. There's a couple of like little pods up there, so there's always a bit of private space if artists do need a bit of private space as well. And then on this floor, it's everything. It's a community meetup room. It's an event space. It's a bar. It's a photography studio. It's a dance studio. It's a yoga hall. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a bunk beds in it, so we can't sleep it.
I mean, I just need a pillow. It'd be all right. Like, this sounds like heaven.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool place. And when you've kind of got a buzz of activity and a lot of people in here, it's really good fun. The problem we're having now at the moment is we've got one person here in the day, one person here in the evening, one person here on a Tuesday, one person here on a Wednesday. And if everybody was just here at the same time, it would just be so much more fun.
I have to admit, I do miss like being around the creative people, because like the vibe and just talking about art, being around art, seeing art, like it just inspires you, motivates you, and it's just like that buzz, like we say, like definitely.
Absolutely. So we've got, I'm just going to ask the girls, when does life drawing start? Life drawing starts. We've got a life drawing class starting Thursday evenings from, I'll tell you in a second, get them to look from the 17th of February. So that'll be sort of 7:30 till 9:30 in the evening. Really nice guy, really good class. The bar will be open as well, so people can get a little drink before, during or after they're having a paint.
Drink and draw.
Drink and draw, but in more of a serious kind of. I know a lot of the drink and draw things that we do, paint and pitch and stuff. It literally is come and get pissed with your mates, and it's not really focused at artists as such. Whereas this is actually for artists. So, but we like to do an art party from time to time as well. What we're looking for at the moment is other people to come and run their own classes as well. We did a big program last year. We had 15 artists doing 3-month program. Because we were in and out of lockdown, it became quite difficult for them to establish it. So now we're looking for that kind of activity to start again. So we've got a continuous flow of arts, a continuous flow of wellbeing activity, and then a lot of music and fun and dance stuff going on at the weekend as well.
It all goes hand in hand. People don't realize how much like your mental health and well-being is beneficial, like art, benefited by art. Like I am always pushing that personally. So
yeah,
maybe we have to talk about me coming and doing a workshop or something. It sounds
that'd be
really
amazing. Cool. We can talk after. Yes, definitely talk after. So Seal, if people, you can go onto the website, which is littleredarts.com, and there's a join up, sign up thing. So you can just sign up immediately on there. It's free to become a member. But if you want a profile, so say, for instance, I've got an artist profile on there, so you can choose your kind of package. It would give you then your own display on there, so you can promote yourself, put photographs up, videos, show reels, anything like that you want to do. So it kind of creates our own little social hub for artists rather than
trying community as well. Like
it does become really hard. I know when Etsy first started, it was like, yeah, great, this is a great place for artists. Suddenly it's just flooded and it's impossible to sell from there. And the same, like eBay used to be a really great place to sell. Facebook used to be really great. But it just gets flooded by everything else. So I just wanted to create a space where local artists can put their stuff, people can find all the artists in one place, and I will censor it to an extent that I'm going to do. There will be quality control, because I don't want it to just become a place where there's stuff again.
Filter out them sort of
needs to have some kind of exclusivity about it, doesn't it?
So when if people wanted to join like your live drawing class, do they have to become a member first?
No, you can just pop in. Most things we can just pop in. It's only the music events, because it's heavily licensed by law. They want me to say, just to protect the town centre and the people around here, and my guests especially, that we have it as a members tickets only, just so we can't let in just any old dude who's just popped in from work on his way home from the pub. We get to vet our guests a little bit more than the average pub does. So, but you don't need to become a member. There is a thing on there that you can join as a member, as a patron member, just because you want to support the arts and pay. You don't have to be an artist to do that. But if you want an artist profile, then you pay for that. But no, you don't have to be a member to just come along. That's mostly for evening activities.
Wicked. Sounds like it should be busy all the time. Like hopefully
it is. I think our licensing laws are really complicated though. So it kind of, it hinders us. It keeps us safe and protected, and all of our events are really successful and fun. But it kind of hinders us in our marketing strategies, I think.
I suppose you just want to get on with the art as well.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I'm kind of over Saturday nights now for socialising. It's all right when you're working, but I tend to not really go out so much anymore. I'd rather just be home watching a film with my sketchpad.
Yeah, I hear that. Wow. I'm literally flabbergasted now. I don't even know what else to say. I don't know how I've not known about this place and how I'm not a member, but I shall definitely be joining up. Hi, Cecile.
That'd be great. Hi, Cecile.
Hello. I was just going to actually post and say that life itself is moving towards ticketed events, people having a ticket without just rocking up.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's just trying to get that info out there for those events that you're doing.
Yeah.
And reminding, especially the people of Luton, you need to buy a ticket. You've got to buy a ticket. Avoid disappointment.
I mean, maybe... I'm sure I've got pictures of the queues outside and the people getting turned away, and it's that don't be this dude.
Yes.
Just get the ticket. It's like, it's really cheap. Just get the ticket. But also, again, with a small venue like ours, that can be quite hindering in itself, because if you sell 60 tickets for a £5 or a £10, then if some people sort of go, well, that's quite cheap, I don't mind losing a £10, I'm going to go and do that instead. Then you can't let anybody else in. Because that capacity has been sort of sold out, and then I can't let you in because you haven't got a ticket. So it kind of, it's got its pros and its cons.
Yeah.
This is why I really, really encourage people to become members, because if you are a member and there is an option to come in and you don't have a ticket, then we can let you in because you're a member, if we've got the space, obviously. So the more people that become members, the easier it just becomes for us, really.
And I think it's trying to get people to come in through the red door, because there is a red door, through the red door, and actually come and see the building.
Yeah.
You know, it's an old building and there's so much character there.
Yeah, the heritage in here is nuts. And like the different things that this place has been, it started its life as the old boot company. It was the boot company when it was first built. So it was a factory on the top floor, and they made shoes and sold them all within one place. Then it turned into True Form Shoes, which it was through at the end of the 70s, all through the 80s.
Yes, I know that. Yes.
Form Shoes. It's been a Mexican restaurant. It's been Fly Clothing. It's been Film Stock, which was what Justin from the Bear Club used to run from here. And then the roof caved in. So nearly on top of him, he went downstairs, and when he was upstairs, the roof caved in. So that's when he went and got Bear Club. It was empty then. It was empty then for 8 years while the council decided that whether they would or not fix the roof in one of their lovely heritage buildings, which they eventually did, sold it to the mall, and then I've rented it since then. So it's got a mad history. I've got like an archive of photographs through the ages of all the different shots from the different areas.
I mean, that's the first time I've been in there. I know it's there. I've been past the red door so many times, but it's the first time I've been in there. And it is, if you like buildings and to look at them and the old buildings, then, you know, people are going to love going in there and the atmosphere that it has. So I think that's Dee that's put on there that Simply Dee's events are going to be using the venue much more.
Yep.
Because it's a great space.
Yeah,
I'm moving in, so don't worry.
You can move in, Justin. You can come anytime. You'd have to come down and meet me properly. So
definitely
be around. And at the moment, I think we've got a couple of artists upstairs doing some painting. Ellen Higgins is one of our residents. Sam Fox is one of our residents. Who else have we got? We've got Amber and the new Abigail and Mihai. So we've actually got 5 or 6 residents who kind of come in and out and use the space. And yeah, we just like to see more faces, really.
And hopefully that's what we might be able to help you with that, you know, getting the word out there.
Yeah, I mean, for charity community interest companies, I'm willing to give them a nice discount for hire space as well, because it is important that we kind of continue to build our community. So, yeah, if there's anybody out there who needs to run a little organisation group, then we can accommodate things like that, especially at the weekends during the daytime. During the daytime, actually, we'd like to see more community activity going on in here. Exhibitions as well, if anyone wants to put on an exhibition. I know we did talk about Black History Month and having exhibitions running for that. I don't think we need to wait till October. If anyone wants to start putting up displays for anything really that's celebrating our culture, then
I can. Sorry, I was just about to. While I was here, I will bring Angel back in again, because you two needed to be talking as well. I don't know whether
I was thinking that a minute ago too. I was about to say.
With Angel running the bookshop, she has done in different places that she can do her Black History artifacts that she's got, so proper museum pieces that Angel has got.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. As soon as you said that, I thought lovely.
Yeah, no, that'd be really good. Let's get those details after and
yeah, definitely
that conversation. When I was in Jamaica, I went to the museum, the music museum out there, and they've got there some mad. It was just really cool. And even just looking at their dub plates, the big box of dub plates. I was standing there with my iPod at the time, and this is before everything was even on my phone. So I had this iPod, and there's just a video clip of me and the guy standing there. He's got this box of like maybe 4 dub plates, which weighs a ton, and I'm standing there with this little iPod that's got 10,000 tunes on it, and I'm just like, this was happened in the last 40 years. This is insane. And I don't think people realize how things have progressed and changed so quickly in such a short period of time. But it's really just nice to see I used to have a reclaim yard, so I'm really into old artifacts and architectural stuff. So,
and that kind of feeds into what I was saying at the end of when I was talking to Angel, is I have a Kindle, and to be honest, I haven't used it in years, but I do have a Kindle, but I like a book, you know. So we have moved on from years ago where you only could get books to all these other different devices now.
So now you don't have to even read it. Now you can just listen.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the smell of a new book. The Life Out of Lockdown book smells beautiful. I think you need to get your not a shameless plug or anything. I mean, hit any of us up.
It's looking good. My sister actually has started to write children's books. Two of my sisters write books. Lucy did a book all about her hair because her daughter won't brush her hair, and she's got mixed European Afro hair, so it can be quite wild and it's very big, and she just doesn't want to brush her hair. So my sister wrote a book all about her brushing her hair, and she's like, my mum says that if I don't brush my hair, I'll end up with dreadlocks like my brothers, and my mum says if I don't brush my hair, she will shave it off like my dad's. It's just quite cute, all about the learning about everyone's hair issues, because I think people with curly hair want straight hair, and people with straight hair want curly hair, and people who've got hair who doesn't want to decide what to do, it's curly one side, straight the other side, are just like, I have to choose. She wrote another book. She's written a few actually. There was, I'll try and get the links actually while we're here for you, because I think they're on Amazon. She's Lucy on Amazon. She writes books for
about the hair issues growing up as well, especially, definitely.
Yeah, there's lots of issues for us to kind of address, isn't there?
Yeah, but we sometimes we shouldn't really see it as an issue.
No,
it's actually unique.
No, it's other people's issue. That's more what I mean.
Yeah, their issue as opposed to, because there are a lot of books for children of mixed heritage.
Yeah,
and how to embrace the hair that they have, and and how to look after it, basically.
How do I send a link to you guys?
I don't know.
I'll send it to Dee. Maybe she can post it.
Possibly. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Do you know how to do that, Justin?
Well, if you go on the private chat on the side of the screen, you could put it in that box, and then Shelley will whack it in the thing. Can you see it? Thing on yours. Doesn't matter. We can. I can quickly look.
Yeah. So the other one that she wrote was "My Mum is so embarrassing." It's all about like her hugging trees and all the stuff that you do to your kids that just like really humiliate them, of just like loving them and being a cool mum, and they're just like, oh God. Yeah, there's a few books on there. My sister's a super amazing artist as well, but she doesn't really put her work out there. So I go around and I'm just like, you could be like one of the most famous artists I know. It would just be nice.
They always say that the best artists never show their work. Sorry, the link Dee's just posted in the chat for the Amazon link.
Cool.
Yeah, if you send it to Dee, and then we'll actually make sure it's then on the replay part of it. So I know Dee's got one of them on there, but yeah, if you've got all the other links, then we'll put them on there so it's on the feed.
Cool. Oh, and what was her other one? Oh, this one was more for an adult's kind of a book. It was called The Traveller and the Donkey. And I think it may have been inspired by an ex-partner. It's when you take on their burdens and just continue to carry them and kind of almost forget yourself. So it's all about the traveller and the donkey on their journey together. Really good. But that's definitely an adults themed book, not for children. Might be a bit complicated for kids.
Well, we do adult books in the shop. Cool.
I've started writing a book years ago, and I just need to finish it at some point. So one day, I might actually get into reading and writing again. In the meantime, it's just business though.
So yeah, maybe you and Angel need to at some point have a conversation, because I could just imagine your pop-up libraries, when you're doing your reading with the children, the space that Aimi has there, I think, would be ideal. Absolutely ideal.
I just thought of a group. I'm doing a reading group with children, and when you were talking, I thought that sounds like a really great place.
Do you want? I can give you a quick stand down here, and you can kind of see where we're at in the space that we've got. So this is the main studio down here, and then I'll do a little 360, and then we have a bar there. Obviously, you don't want that for the children, but we do serve soft drinks as well in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, upstairs we have more of a creative, messy space, which I wouldn't really use for reading. I think in here you could have a nice lot of cushions on the floor and make it quite a cozy little space. Definitely.
It's a thought.
Yeah, definitely is a thought, because I could see that. See that. So, well, we're coming to the end of the show. Thank you, Angel, for coming on. Thank you, Aimi, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Hang around just for a minute, and I just need to share some events with everybody out there. Dee's got her show tonight. So the Real Talk show is on tonight, 7:00. She's got a couple of guests, definitely a local one. I'm not going to say any more. So people need to just come and watch. Just come and watch the show tonight, and have a look on the Simply Dee's event page, because we have got International Women's Day coming up on the 12th of March. We've also got a book launch for a book that possibly Just Star's got in her hand. So, Life Out of Lockdown 2021, we've got book launch for that coming up beginning of April. So the links for the tickets and the dates and venues, etc., they are all on the Simply Dee's events page. So go and have a look, because we want, everybody to be involved. Anything else? Anything you want to add, Justa?
I think you got it all. I know we've gone over, guys. Sorry, but it was so interesting talking to Aimi that I just got carried away. And the books sound really good as well. Don't forget to check out Amy's daughter's books. What did you say it was? Lucy?
My sister Lucy.
Your sister, sorry, your sister.
Yeah.
And the one about the mum is so embarrassing.
Lucy, that's brilliant. It was really good to meet you both, Angel. I'm looking forward to continuing our conversation.
Yeah. I can see collaboration with Justa, collaboration with Angel. Seriously, Angel, the space there, cushions on the floor, the children there, you're sat there reading to them. I could just imagine that. I can imagine that.
You can invite the childminders over.
Sorry?
You can invite the childminders to bring their kids over.
Exactly. So, yes. There's opportunities there for everybody. So thank you both for coming on.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Enjoy your day, and hopefully we'll see you all soon.
Catch you up soon. Take care.
Okay, God bless.
Everyone, don't forget to check out the No Ordinary Bookshop. You got a website as well, No Ordinary Bookshop.
Yeah, No Ordinary Bookshop.
.co.uk or .com?
.co.uk.
No Ordinary Bookshop.co.uk and littleredarts.co.uk.
.com.
My bad. See, just type them in more, you'll find it. Little Red Arts and
No Ordinary Bookshop.
No Ordinary Bookshop. Thank you, guys.
Right now.
Thank you.
Spend the Simply Together show. See us next week, Tuesday, 12 o'clock.
Bye. Bye.